So first we shall talk about the breathing technique. We are going to use diaphragmatic breathing, so that means breathing with our diaphragm to increase the volume of our stomach and store the air, and we release all the air stored in our stomach. Okay, so just take a seated position, have your hands right above your waist, not on your hips, right above your waist where your stomach will be. And I want you to take about 5 deep breaths, breathing in through your nose, trying to expand your belly as much as you can, hold it, and then you can release through your mouth if you'd like. Breathing in, hold, and release. You can also release from your nose. Okay, breathing in and out. One more. Just start off from a standing position. Okay, have your feet just a little bit closer so that you can make sure you shift your weight nice and easily. You're going to just put the tip of your toes, like the balls of your feet, straight downwards, okay? And then I want you to try and align so that your heel is not coming out to one side. It is directly down, so you make a straight angle with your foot. Okay, so it should be down from the knee to the ankle down, like this. Okay, using your breathing in, and then breathing out. So I want you to move the weight from your big toe to your small toe. Okay, nice and slowly. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, from the same position, okay, this time we are actually going to make circles with our heel. Okay, I do not want to move my knee. Okay, everything should still be in line, and all I'm going to do is rotate in one direction from my ankle. You should still be putting around the same amount of pressure you were earlier. Okay, if you're putting too much pressure and you're feeling pain in your toes, just ease off. Okay, you want to make the circles as easy as possible, and then you're going to rotate in the other direction. Okay, here, and rotate in the other direction. We're going to do it from a sitting position with where our legs out stretched. Knees should be locked. Okay. Now we're not trying to pull our body towards our feet. We're actually going to try and pull our feet back from here. So normally when we stretch, we try and point our toe and extend from here. Okay. Today I want you to bring your toes back. Try and grab the tip of your toes. You can bend your knees at the beginning. Okay. And then you can try and just extend your knees from here to make it a little bit easier. That's a regression. Okay. If you can keep your knees locked and reach your toes, you're going to pull your toes back from here. Okay. So it's not about reaching for your toes, it's bringing your toes back. So if you can't reach from here, just bend your knees. Okay. Hold on nice and tight, and then try and bring your knees locked and straight into the ground, like so. Okay. Okay, so now pointed from a standing position again. Okay, so we did with the balls of our feet on the ground. This time we're going to go with the knuckles of our feet on the ground. You should feel the stretch just along here, the front part, and you'll feel it just along this front. Okay, go nice and easy on this. Okay, once again, you're not turning your ankle to the side like so. Okay, it should be straight downwards so that you align, okay, your leg properly. Okay, nice and slowly, putting as much pressure as, actually just putting a tiny bit of pressure so you feel that stretch. Okay, if you want more of a stretch, you can start putting your hip forward just a tiny bit. Here, okay, hip forward just a tiny bit. And then you come back. And then just like before, we're going to make small rotations in one direction. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, this next one comes from a seated position. Alright, so you're going to have your feet together. This first one, you're going to bring your toes, your heels, okay, closer to your hips. Try not to bend over like this. Try and keep your back straight. Depending on how flexible you are, you might not be able to bring your heels all the way in which case that's okay. Just bring them in until you're comfortable. It's okay if your knees are up high. We are going to use our elbows, if they are up high, to push our knees downwards. Okay? In which case, if you have a little bit more flexibility, you can bring your heels all the way in close towards your hips, like so. Okay? And your knees are a little bit farther down, and use your hands to push downwards. Okay, but once again, if you can't bring your heels all the way in, this is fine, this is fine. Okay, just go easy. Okay, so from the same sitting position, our feet are going to be tucked in. This one, we're going to involve folding ourselves forward. Once again, if you can't have your heels all the way towards your hip, alright, it's alright to have them farther out so you have an easier way to get towards the fold. Okay, we're trying to ease the amount of pressure that we're putting on ourselves in each stretch. So if you can't do this nice and comfortably, regress by bringing your heels back away from your hips. Hands on the ground, just in front of you, and bring your elbows to the ground, like so. Okay? Trying to keep your back straight. Alright, don't curl. Okay? Nice and easy. And then you can do this a couple times using your breath. When you come out, breathe in. When you go into the stretch, breathe out. Breathing in. And breathing out. So this next one's gonna be from a standing position, and it's almost gonna look like we're doing a forward fold, but we come down onto our heels. So if you have trouble bending your knees downwards while keeping your feet together, okay, you can just start from here, or you can just have your feet a little farther apart to allow yourself to come down. You'll see what I mean. So first, I want you to have your legs straight, feet straight, back straight, okay? And we're just gonna hang, trying to touch the ground as much as possible. If your knees are buckling, not buckling, but if like you're bending, you have to bend your knees to touch the ground, that's okay. This is exactly what we're going to do. So, always putting just a light amount of pressure onto our hands. All the pressure should be on our heels and on our feet. Okay, so when we come up, trying to extend your knees till you can't feel it, till you start feeling that stretch right along here. Okay, and then slowly we're going to bend our knees. Okay, keeping the same pressure on our heels, coming down and bending. Like so. When we go back up, okay, you can use your hands, put pressure on here, and then lift up, okay, and then back down. You can always try and have your hands on the ground as well, okay, back up. So what we're going to do is your feet are going to be just wider than shoulder width. Okay. Pick a side and you're going to bend the knee on that side. You can have your feet out, just pointed out just a tiny bit. You can have them forward, I find this might put a little bit more pressure, so I try the side that I'm bending with, I turn it out just a little bit more. My back is going to be straight, okay? I'm going to look forward, my opposite foot is going to be straight, okay? And then I come back up, breathing in, breathing out. I go into the stretch, foot flat on the ground, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Next one. Okay. Same sort of movement, but this time I'm gonna lift my the foot that's extended and turn it up towards the ceiling. Okay, right before I bend all the way down. So right side first, coming down, back straight, breathing out, lifting my heel and turning, trying to go as low as I can, and then I come straight up. Okay, try not to lift your heel on this part. So when you're here, don't lift your heel off the ground because you will lose your balance. On the side, I'll show you. Okay, so when you come down, don't lift your heel, you'll lose your balance. We want to stay connected to the ground. Alright, so when I bend, I come, I try and put all the weight onto my back heel. And then I come back up. Okay, these next ones will be done in a seated position. You can do it in two different ways. Okay, feet shoulder width apart. Alright, first off, our heel is going to be connected to the ground. Alright, I want you to grab the outside of your knees. Okay, not really grab, but just hold it so you're not moving your entire hip around when you're doing the rotations. Okay, so grab from here, make big circles with one foot, one direction. Okay, really try and make the circles as big as you can. Right, the bigger circles, the bigger you're trying to get your range of motion. All right, that's what we're trying to do, get a nice big range of motion. Once you've done a couple times in one direction, go the other. Okay, I'll show you the next one. Okay, it's almost the same idea, but this time we're going to lift our foot. Same thing, you don't want to move your entire leg. Okay, just rotate from your ankle. Always trying to use your breath as much as you can. And then opposite direction. Okay. These next ones, we're going to be front splits position. Okay, try, if you're on the ground, try pushing yourself forward. You can also put one hand in front of you, one hand behind you, so that you can lift and sort of hop yourself into a deeper position. Alright, first one is going to be nice and easy. We're just going to put our elbows, our hands on the ground, and our elbows are going to come to the ground. The reason why I don't tell you to reach when you're doing this is because I want you to be able to bring your chest down low. Okay, normally if you reach, you're going to curl your back and then your chest stays up high. Okay, here I'm cognizant that my chest is going to come down low and my hips are bending over themselves. Okay, so this is what you want. One is just going to be inwards. Okay, so let's take my left side for example. I'm now going to reach across my body like this. My elbow is going to be on the inside, not the outside. Okay, the inside so I can better stack my shoulders. The outside is if I'm going across my body like this. But for today, I'm going to target the obliques. So my elbow is going to be on the inside. Okay, first off, going towards the ceiling so I can stack my shoulders, and then I try and crunch sideways from here. Okay? Just nice and easy. Okay, if you can, if you have the flexibility, you can try and reach. Try not to look at your foot, alright, because that's going to turn your body and you're not going to stack your shoulders anymore. So you're going to have to try and feel where your toe is. Okay, same thing on the other side. In, stack your shoulders first, do a couple pumps. Okay, make sure you're ready to go even deeper. When you're ready, try and keep your shoulders stacked so I can push to open my shoulders up, and then try and reach. Remember to use your breathing so that you can sink yourself deeper into the stretch. Okay, this next one will start off from the hands and knees. Wrist directly underneath your shoulders. The eye of your elbow should be turned outwards. Okay, not towards your head, not the same direction as your head. Turned outwards. Okay, so we don't put unnecessary pressure on our elbows. All right. Knees directly underneath our hips. All right. So first one, right leg comes on the outside. Okay. I can lift. I'm gonna put my balls of my feet on the ground, and then I'm gonna lift. All right. Now, if you can do this nice and easily, you can try bringing your elbows down. Okay. And then trying to sink your hips into the ground. If you're up here, if you can't go on your elbows, same idea, just try and sink your hips into the ground, keeping the structure of the position. Okay. Knee down first, place with your other one, and we're done. Okay. Now the other one, okay, same sort of idea, same position. My knee is going to come out here. Okay, this time I'm going to move myself forward. Okay, I'm going to actually just use one hand for this. This is a regression of the previous one. Okay, and then you come back, and we're set. Alright, so this next one will be from a squatted position. Alright, so hopefully you're all able to at least squat like so, like so. If you want to, you can try just go from a squat position, back straight, and then come down as low as you can. Alright? Just find wherever you can hold this position nice and comfortably for for maybe a minute and a half. I'm going to take my right arm, I'm going to grab my left heel or my left ankle. Okay? As I breathe in, I open my chest, I breathe with my stomach as much as I can. As I breathe out, I turn my body, trying to point up towards the ceiling and stacking my shoulders, trying to keep the same amount of weight distributed between my legs. Okay, then I breathe in and out. Let's do the other side. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out.